Hey guys and ghouls, so today I have another TKMAXX haul for you. So my personal shoppers have been working behind the scenes to find and buy and post spooky things, which alas I cannot find in my local HOMESENSE and TKMAXX, and therefore today, with much thanks to the Midnight Crafter, I have more spooky things to show you. So I will let you into my secrets unless any of you guys want to create a ghoul gang. Basically on Facebook Messenger I have a ghoul gang. It's not personally mine, it belongs to everyone in the ghoul gang. We cry 24 hours, 7 days a week about spooky things we're seeing in store. And since everyone kind of lives in different parts of the country, some bits of the country get things that other bits don't. So by having our ghoul gang, it gives us a place to discuss Halloween things all day and all night, quite literally, but also if we find anything that we want that we can't find in our own store, we can safely like send it to each other without having to worry about being scammed by a stranger on the internet. So you probably would have seen me in a previous video talk about this charming little black cat, which I really wanted but could not find anywhere. I went to 4 different stores and I could not find him, and he was clawing away at my heart. I needed him so badly. He was this year's must-have, I have to say. I was so desperate for him. Now the Midnight Crafter did feature him in a haul. You probably would have seen in one of my HOMESENSE hauls, she sent me a handy dandy message to tell me that she'd got one for herself, and that made me even more jealous because this elusive cat that I'd seen in other people's photos was now in the Midnight Crafter's clutches, and I still didn't have one. So she offered to go back to the store. One time she went back and I wasn't near my phone, so she didn't know if I still wanted him, so she put him back. But alas, the day came where she went back and she was able to pick me up one. So this gorgeous black cat did come from TKMAXX, however it was not my local TKMAXX, but he did cost $12.99. Now I have not seen him online yet on the TKMAXX website, but there are new things coming onto the website daily, so I'm sure he will make an appearance at some point, but I couldn't risk it. I couldn't risk missing out on this cat because he is the most perfect black Halloween cat I have ever seen. And I tell you a secret, he has green eyes. On the little tag that came, it just explains that there are batteries included and don't let children eat them, basically. But this cat will not be going near any children. He will be placed pride of place in my room so that I can look at him and adore him every day. This is the little black cat's face. He is, as usual, made out of a hollow resin, but he is highly detailed. Like, he's almost scratchy because he just has so much fur all over him. Now, he has very like over exaggerated features. His little fluffy cheeks do come down to points at the sides, and he has very kind of large ears that do kind of give him this angry, grumpy look, which I do not mind. He was probably just sad because he didn't have anyone to love him, and now I will love him forever. He is just plain black. He doesn't have any like red nose details or anything. He is just fully black, other than his eyeballs. His eyes are white, but they have green lights inside them. So if we go down, he's sat in a very classic sitting cat position with this nice arch here on the side. And as you can see, again, they've made his like fur very pronounced on the side, very kind of scruffy looking. I love a good scruffy looking cat. And he does kind of look quite skinny as well. He doesn't look like he is the most well-fed cat going, but still he probably was very soft in his time. And then as you come down, something I absolutely love is his tail. So it comes up the front and it twists round in a twist. And again, his fur is very spiky, it's very pronounced. And then from the side on, you can see that they've gone into a lot of detail, what with its claws and its arms and even like its legs. The fur again is very pronounced, it's very spiky. I'm not really sure how I can show you that. There you go. It's very spiky, and he's got like very realistic kind of feet and legs. He does look very realistic, but then at the same time very cartoony. So the first time I saw this cat, I knew that I needed him. I saw him on a photo, like on one of the Facebook pages, and I just loved him so much. I probably would have paid like 30 quid for him, not gonna lie. So £12.99 was a bargain. He's quite large. I'd say he's about 30 centimeters tall, maybe a little bit taller. So I needed to have him. And then it wasn't until about a week later someone showed me that he has a sneaky little button down here, and it did have a little plastic like tab that you pulled out to activate. If you click it down, he has really bright green eyes, like they are very dazzling. I'm just gonna shine him forward for you, because if you look straight in them, they kind of dazzle you and hypnotize you and make you want to buy him dreamies. But I absolutely love the fact that he has these shiny eyes. He would look so cool if you had him in the garden, just like that. If someone came and they saw the silhouette of this cat with its green eyes, I think it would be very spooky and just absolutely fabulous. I think he's probably sturdy enough to last in the garden, but I would be slightly worried about the electrical side. I wouldn't want the batteries to rust or something. So yeah, I just absolutely love him. I can't like put into words how much he just fulfills all my needs for black cats. I know he's not the most Halloween-y of things. He doesn't have a pumpkin or a ghost or a witch's hat or anything, but I just still think he is so spooky. He's like the spookiest, raggediest cat I have seen for sale, and I have no words. I love him so much, and I will forever be thankful to the Midnight Crafter for finding and buying and sending me this beautiful black cat. So next up is the official first thing which I bought off of TKMAXX. So I'm not really sure why I'm showing it to you last, but I got this cute little Skelly, and I have renamed him Sensitive Skelly because he looks like a very sensitive soul. So I will set the scene for you. I was laying in bed here. It was getting quite late. I think it may have been nearly 1 in the morning, and I got a message on my Google gang telling me that the first Halloween item had been released on the TKMAXX website. So I went over and had a look, and it was this little guy, and he cost me, helpful, took the sticker off, he cost me £9.99. I'm pretty sure he cost me, yeah, £9.99. And so I was thinking, I start spending already, like here's the first thing to come out. But then I looked at him and I thought, actually he is really cute, and I do really like skeletons. I am trying to build up my skeleton collection. So I thought, yeah, I'll get him. And so I got him. So I got him sent through the post. He was the first thing that arrived through the post. He was amazingly packaged. He had polystyrene, which was like properly fitted to all of his limbs. So he just came in perfect condition. Since buying him, I have seen him in TKMAXX and I have seen him in HOMESENSE. So he is in stores currently. I have seen quite a few people post on the Facebook group saying that they have also bought him from in store. So he is still readily available. However, do not think that he is on the TKMAXX website anymore, but I may be wrong. So he is this cute little skeleton. He is probably about 30 centimeters again. Let's see. Yeah, about the same height as the cat, and he is super detailed. He is like quite realistic as well, and I'm just really pleased I have him. He's like definitely a nice like statement piece. I feel like he would work really nice on the side of a display. Like I kind of am thinking way into the future when I have my own mantle shelf to decorate. I would put him on the side of my mantle shelf. I seem to think everything would look good on a mantle shelf, so I'm gonna need a lot of fireplaces in my future house. Let's get up close and personal. Here is his gorgeous hat, and before I start showing you around the Sensitive Skelly, this is probably one of the first things I've got where I haven't had anything I need to do to him. Doesn't need any fixing up at all. He is absolutely perfect. So he's got this gorgeous little top hat on with this kind of gold band. He then is holding his pumpkin to the side, kind of like Inception. This is me holding him and he's holding his pumpkin. It's a very Tim Burton-esque pumpkin, I think. This facial expression definitely reminds me of Tim Burton, as in the pumpkin. This skeleton sort of reminds me of Tim Burton as well, but he is just a old Skelly. And so yeah, I've named him the Sensitive Skelly just because he looks like he is very sensitive. He's cradling that pumpkin and his hands do go either side. And then we come down into his rib cage and his arms. As you can see, everything is super detailed. You've got the 2 bones in the arms, the 2 bones in the legs. Everything is very well thought out. And he's sitting kind of sideways. So this is kind of the front. So as you can see, he's kind of sat to the side of it, and he's a little bit hunched over, and one of his legs is resting on the top, and it comes up, and I'd kind of say like almost his wrists are resting on his knee, and then his other foot is just kind of resting further down on another pumpkin. Again, this pumpkin has the same sort of facial expression, very Tim Burton-esque, I think. And then he is sitting on this cute little gravestone that says R.I.P. with a little crow or a raven up there as well. And then the floor itself is a very weird kind of look. It sort of reminds me a bit of mashed potato, if I'm absolutely honest. But it is this kind of grey, dead grass kind of thing. I don't know if they meant to paint this green, but I think it looks cool in this colour. It kind of adds to the spooky effect. So as you can see, this little guy is super, super detailed. I love the fact that there's all these different elements going on. You've got the gravestone, which is on like a slight wonk as well. You've got the bird, you've got the Skelly, you've got the Skelly's top hat for some reason. He's got pumpkins. I think there's a lot of elements going on, and it's kind of one of those pieces where you're not really sure which way to display it. Like maybe this way, or like do you display it this way, or like it's one of those things that is just all round looks amazing from every single angle. I am so pleased with this. It is very, very detailed. For £10, it is definitely a steal. I think you probably could buy something like this maybe from like Nemesis Now or some kind of similar store, and it probably would easily cost you 25 quid for something of this kind of detail and quality. As I said, there is nothing that I want to fix. There's no elements which are like wrong, like none of the paint has dripped or anything. It's just absolutely perfect, and I'm really pleased that I got him. I was a little bit unsure when I bought him. I didn't know if it was just a little bit of an impulse buy since he was the first thing that I saw, but definitely I can tell you right now he wasn't. I can tell you I am so happy I got him, and he just works so nicely in my collection, and you guys would be so proud of me. I actually did a proper dust, and I threw away loads of like stuff from when I was a kid that I didn't want, and it left me with quite a lot of space on top of my dragon's vivarium, which is situated right in front of me, like behind my camera, and there was a perfect space for both my Skelly and my spooky cat to go on the top. So I have got homes for these now. It's always a fear every time we come around to this year that I'm going to end up with all these Halloween decorations and nowhere to put them. I still, like, I have to admit the sleeping cat is just sat on my floor by my door because I just don't know where to put him. But I'm really pleased that I've got a place for these two guys, just because they are two of my favourite pieces that I've found so far this spooky season. As I said, I have seen the Skelly around in quite a few stores now. I think he is still like a relatively easy to acquire piece. However, the cat I still have not seen anywhere other than in the Midnight Crafters store, and unfortunately I snagged the last one. So hopefully, like, good luck if you're looking for this cat. Hopefully you'll be able to find him. Please do leave a comment below if you do notice him pop up on the TKMAXX website, so that anyone else watching who wants one of these spooktacular kitties can get their claws on one. Me and the sensitive Skelly being sentimental about our pumpkins. So thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!